Zero to hero, it happened so quicker that I couldn't be. It's on the
I believe that every artist that ever lived had a lot more songs in their fucking dome than ever saw the day of life because of the way it worked, right? Now, everybody's fancy, everybody's trying to understand supply and demand. I don't think people understand how busy the world is. The world's so busy, there's so much shit, that I'm a big fan of telling people to put out music, like fucking every week. Like if you got it like that, you know, some people don't have it, I don't know. But if you've got it like that, put it out. People are hungry for it. And every time you put out, that's giving you another at bat.
It's like a fashion brand.
100%. But they gotta make this shit, they gotta distribute it, they gotta make that hat, they gotta make those kicks. It's slow. Like, fuck, from studio to fucking the world, it's just so crazy. I think there will be a big time artist in the next decade that puts out a song a day.
I'm good in yourself. Yeah, bro, there's been a journey with you and Vezi right now.
A long one.
A long one? How long does that journey go back?
Me and Vezi grew up together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's my cousin.
Yeah.
We grew up together in the Eastern Cape. But as life would have it, like, we didn't see each other for like 7 years.
Shucks, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Due to distance, because you're in the Eastern Cape, he's in Cape Town.
No.
He's in Western Cape.
We're both in Cape Town. But as we're growing up, I go to a different school. He goes to a boarding school somewhere else, right? Okay. And then he does cricket and he's popping and that type of thing. But we're separated, right? Yeah. But we come back together and I figure out that he does music, right? And we speak and he tells me about his vision and just from there.
Boom, there was a connection. Is that where Strictly for Amajita came out of? And or was it just like a long road of just making music for fun, you guys just having a time, and then you were like, okay, wait, let's make a project out of this?
So I would say this all starts with Vezi's vision, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So us coming back together was me and him being in a place where we're supposed to find ourselves, right? Okay. In a process of initiation, right? We're closest. Yeah. So in that place, he tells me his vision, and I'm surprised because no one in Cape Town, no one in my city I've ever heard speak like this and have these ambitions, right? Yeah. So in my mind, I'm like, wow, that he's shooting really high. Yeah. Right. So I'm like, let's do it in this way, right? Okay. So I advise him in certain ways, but it's all based on this fire, this ambition, and this this attitude of I don't care what other people think. And that's why I've
that rebellistic mentality of like, yo, I'm just gonna do this and I'm gonna pave a way for myself. Almost.
Yeah, but still maintaining that realistic, manner, right? Shuki Famachita was, or him, you know what I'm saying? He grew up in the hood. My parents took me out the hood.
Perfect.
Except my own niggas wanna see me die. Put me on the cross crucified. That certificate certified. My own niggas feeling satisfied. Tito Bayega, Soze Bayenza, Soze Bamele, no Baba Gwele. I'm a one-man army, niggas wanna kill it. Every second, every minute, in every corner.
Donna Sekasi, Puma Nimali, Kotane. Right, then you was rapping this to the Eastern Cape. I couldn't out.
Throughout school was probably just listening to him mumbling words with his earphones in, not knowing what it was half the time, and then realizing, oh shit, he's rapping, you know. he used to ask me to use my laptop. I didn't know for what. Eventually, obviously, I started chatting to him and I got to know him, and you know, I started actually trying to help him make music after that. But in the beginning, this guy, he would play beats through his earphones, and every day, it didn't matter if he was in class, in school, if it was 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, he didn't care. He was just rapping the whole day, all night, and yeah, shows perseverance. That's what I think.
I'm telling you right now, somebody's gonna wake up and do something called 365, and they're gonna start on fucking January 1st, and they're gonna fucking go.
How's it going, guys? I trust everybody's doing well. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Uvezi and I am the founder of Inonea Sekasi. But today I won't be speaking about the company. I'll be speaking about a project called 365. And the project in a nutshell is an idea I had to release 365 songs every day. So the idea began in varsity when I was still studying. I was obviously had commitments academically, and I was playing sports at the time because I was there through a sports bursary. For those interested, I played cricket, not soccer or rugby. So that was my thing. But I always knew my passion lied in the creative arts. But obviously having a scholarship is a big deal in my household. So I had to, you know, take it on the chin and be like, damn, I'm gonna do this thing so that my family won't have to financially have to pay for, you know, schooling and everything. So while, you know, my 4 years in Stellenbosch University, I met people in the creative industry, you know, Omar Saidi, Black Iris. I met Onele Jam Jam actually in high school at Somerset College. Even there was a bursary through cricket. So I managed to make music for about 4 years. Even my cousin Shadow, when we linked up, he had a studio already. So I'd go to his house or he'd come to Stellenbosch, and obviously timetables wouldn't match all the time. So then I ended up getting my own studio equipment, and that's how recording went a lot quicker and a lot easier. And before I knew it, I had about 600 songs or something ridiculous. But in that journey, I lost so many songs, about 200. I lost a lot of songs through hard drives, computers crashing. That happened. But at that time, you know, traveling to all these different studios, I was collecting all this music, but I didn't really know what to do with it because I wasn't knowledgeable about the music industry or how it works. I was just really scratching an itch, you know, about, okay, at least my passion is being done, I'd say, lack of a better word. So that's kind of what happened. And then when I left school, or before I left, I then came across an interview done by Gary Vaynerchuk, known as Gary V, with Nipsey Hussle, RIP to the legend. And the video inspired me because they were speaking about how privileged we are as artists in this day and age, being direct to consumer. You know, you can literally make a song in your bedroom, have it done, mixed, mastered, and the next thing, the whole world has access to the music. And he basically says in the video, I see an artist basically making a project called 365. So for me, I was like, wait, I can do that, you know. But my only fear was I felt like my music wasn't good enough because, again, I'm a perfectionist, and you know, when I do something last week and then this week I'm like, trash. So the music, I started playing it for people, and people loved it. And when I left school, obviously I didn't come back to the best reception. They weren't accepting of my path, and I ended up leaving home. So that's what stalled a lot of progress. But then I joined Bridges, and my fire got reignited again, and I met artists. We did songs, and that's kind of how everything started to happen again, with features, little by little. You know, people affirming me like, man, that is actually quite dope. Yo, you can rap, you can do this and that. And that's how 365 really became formed, because then I decided, that was 2023, I then decided, okay, 2024, I'm going to do it. So then 2024 started, and I went crazy, released 100 songs. And while I'm doing that, I'm obviously now I have to sustain myself. I'm working on the side. I'm building up the Nonasagase company. I'm doing the project. It's just chaotic, and I mean, my social media platforms actually showcase that. It's just been crazy, chaotic, up and down. But you know, God willingly, it reached the right people, the right collaborations. And when I reached 100 songs, I kid you not, I had about 50 people wanting to join. And I think I'll mention this later in the video, you know, European features or whatever, but locally, so many people found attraction, and I realized too that I was rushing the 365 idea, put pressure on me to release, and that's when I stopped after 100 songs that wait. You know, I don't have to do it per day, but I can create the best product so that when the year ends, I have those 300 songs. And right now I have about 400 just in the bank, and that's why even now I want to open up with 365, and I'll speak more on that later on how we're looking to do it. But yeah, that's the nutshell of 365 and what it is. And really, it's just a kid with a dream, with a passion, and using, you know, what I have, you know, while I can still do it, you know, waiting for when the perfect moment arises. It may never come. And also understanding that we hold the power today, you know. We hold the power to make change. We hold the power to influence people. We hold the power to break the stereotype, break the norm. Who knows, after this, 10 other kids, or this could be the norm, you know what I mean, releasing tracks at this rate. And not only that, because I know the challenge is with this amount of songs, there's always quality. But it's not even the quality, actually, it's the equipment, because we could literally drop a song a day at the highest quality if we had a studio. And that's the other challenge, is that we are doing this out of our bedrooms with no equipment, with no expensive plugins. Everything is at its basic level. So, you know, who knows, with the right infrastructure, how far we could take what we're doing. So yeah, long story short, that's the introduction to what 365 is about. Stay tuned for the rest of the video, and please do listen to it. It's available on all streaming platforms, and do like and follow our pages if you are an artist. Watch the video through the important information towards the end. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace and love. I appreciate y'all.
I wanted to help him because I know how it feels like to not have anything, to have ideas and to have songs that you've written but not any place to record them at, or even if you have a place to record them at, the people around you are not on the same like career, like the vision is not the same, you know what I mean, like the vibe isn't the same, the energy is the same. And like big homie like told me his vision and his dream, and I personally always like working with people who know what they're doing and how they want to get there, and basically always like show that kind of dedication and work ethic towards that. So that's why for me it was just like, it was a no-brainer, like if Uchita needs help, I'm gonna help him out, like as my bro, like the same way goes with him, you know what I'm saying? So for me, the thing that always works well when you do stuff like that is that there has to be an energy that clicks with that person, where you guys have the same vision and you actually believe in what they're trying to do as well. Yeah. Look, I told my mama I'll make all this worth the pain. The surface level's deeper than blood in my veins. I'm trying to get the reaper to bring back the same, so I can tell the homie that we made it big. But it's frightening with so many misguidings. It's likely that I would never take my word lightly, cause lighties take you for the pussy if you're not like them. The penning ain't their pen, cause they kind of fits in writing. I told my mama it's either we lose or get it. A black woman's success story is at a small percentage. So as I pen these words to try and paint the image, the good Lord is my shepherd and I'm walking with him.
You gotta really have fucking talent to drop 365 songs, discipline, hunger.
We live to die in society, so fuck being conservative, I'm affirmative, cause second place is the first to lose. So if I pick and choose, I choose to never lose. Let's keep it
Yo, what's up guys, it's still your boy Uvezi, Nona Yasekasi, Tupac was singing. Yeah man, so now I'm actually currently at Amy Studios. So ironically enough, this is where most of the music you guys are hearing was made, especially after obviously the songs that I made in Stellenbosch. So when I got back here, I didn't see eye to eye with my folks, so then I moved out, started staying here for a bit, and yeah, this is where I can honestly say Nona Sekasi really got formed, because when I was here, it's when I really got the time to really think about what do I want to do, where do I want to take it, and yeah, so over here is where we record. And yeah, initially it just began obviously with the immediate group, you know, the fam, and that's how we kicked it off. And before we knew it, word got around Apawalang about say, you know, the homies are out there recording, making music, and individuals started coming in slowly but surely. And yeah, and ever since then it's been amazing. And a few highlights I met these two gents from America, and yeah, they happened to make music, and they heard about the brand and what we were doing, in 365, and they ended up coming through. Yeah, well, Ape Wogini recorded their verses. Those two songs moved to the US and somewhere in America. You can check them out when they drop. So that was a huge highlight, you know. I don't want to get into depth about that, but just politically, socially, racially, you know, being able to cross borders in that manner, in that fashion, speaks a whole lot for not just me, but for the people who are part of the session to witness that. It's somewhat impossible or a miracle, because I'm sure if I had told anybody that, hey, I'm going to bring, you know, guys from America to come to a shack and record, they would probably laugh at me. So that was one of the things that we've managed to achieve at the level that we are operating at. And another highlight was, there's a group called The Rose Production. I think they're from Spain, if I'm not mistaken. They found our work and found the work we do, and they loved it. And we ended up working with them. And crazy story with them is, there's a girl called Ukanye M. She's 16 years old, and I've been working with her for quite some time. And you know, as luck would have it, and the reason why I even wanted to open up 365 was just seeing the opportunities that the platform has given to so many different artists. And I was like, why not, you know, allow, you know, nature to take its course and bring in as many people as possible. And what had happened was, she was in studio the day I got the beat, and before you knew it, she actually is on the song, and the guys are gonna drop it, I think, this upcoming summer. And you know, for someone who's 16, who's never recorded before, never made music, and before you know it, you know, your kind of first official release will be on an international stage. You know, that's kind of what has happened with 365 and the influence I've seen it have. And even now, a couple of days ago, we were at Stellenbosch performing, and you know, some of the gents was their first performance. So anything is possible. And also starting also to have some gratitude in what we're doing, because sometimes we're just too caught in the work and making things happen, not to understand the amount of impact that we have in real time. So yeah, man, I try to let you guys feel the energy of where we at and where we record. And it's so funny, I was thinking about this now, or I heard of the story, it got refreshed in my memory of Ikarawa Jasmine and how they started. You know, all those hits, you know, Omdu, you name those guys who were part of them, Professor, all those gents, how they began Ewogini, making household classics. And I feel like we're in the same mode, just the difference is, Tina, we're obviously in the digital era now, where our work can circulate further than our borders. So yeah, with that being said, thanks for tuning in.
Go to the top, it's so damn hard to reach to the top. You gotta have heart. Don't give up too soon. Focus on your dreams.
Thank you so much for staying this long in this video. It's still Uvezi, you know, with Tupac or singing Nini. So this is actually the reason why I did this video. So yeah, again, I'm opening up 365 for all artists out there who need this platform. We'll be doing open verses. We are thinking of sending out the music on every streaming platform. It'll be there with open verses. All you have to do is take a video of yourself either freestyling, send it through to us, and if we like your verse or whatever you laid on the track, we will then hit you up and we'll set up a studio session to make sure we record the record. For those with studios, obviously you can go ahead and lay it down, send it through to us. We will send all the details on how you can communicate with us. Yeah, this is the beauty of it. I really absolutely can't wait to connect with more artists, more people out there. There's so much coming. Inonasegasi obviously right now is not a record label or anything like that, but we are very close to becoming one in probably a year's time. And when we do become one, we've got a big deal that is on the table currently, and we're going through it. So we are looking for artists in different genres. So this also will be a perfect time or perfect opportunity actually for us to identify who's who in the zoo. And also there's a web design company, XYZ, in Ireland that we're working with. We'll be launching a marketplace for artists, mixed up with administrative people within the industry and studios, mixing engineers. So basically the marketplace will consist of all the tools you require to become a successful artist. So by making contact, by keeping up with us, is how we also keep you updated with what's coming up. So much more, but the video won't allow for that long. So thank you so much for staying this long. I can't wait to hear from you. 365 Nonasekasi Uvezi signing out. Thank you.
Wanasekas ekseme bru batabakwas batabandas aibo chan bantatela panzi mos Wanasekas